Hello, hello. I found the Prolux as well as a bunch of other great products at Dollar Tree. I'm talking name brands, I'm talking dupes. Let's get into it. Now, you may have seen one of these in my previous haul, but I got all 5 colors. These are the Revlon lip creams that I've been finding at Dollar Tree. These are plumping lip creams. They have a beautiful color coverage, a nice formula, not a stingy plumping sensation, and they have a ton of shades. I did get one of these previously, so one of these colors is a duplicate for me, meaning one of these is going to be given in a future giveaway. And if you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button because I do subscriber giveaways here on the channel pretty often, and I give away a ton of cool stuff. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Definitely make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. But let me open these so I can read you shade names. So the one I already have is Apricot Silk. This will be the one that I'm giving away. Such a cute neutral tone. All of these seem to be nice neutral nudie type of tones. The next one is actually called Nude Honey, which is that really nice beigey mauve type of tone. And then we have Almond Suede, which is kind of a deeper brown nudie tone. And then there is Velvet Mink, which is a little bit of a cooler brown tone. Here they are in comparison, just so you can see there's kind of a more red tone and a little bit more of a mauve cool tone. And then there is Peony Buff, which is like a pink. So lots of really cute colors in this line, but for $1.25, this is such a great find. Loving finding drugstore and even name brand products here in Dollar Tree lately. So good. Another thing I found was a total dupe. This is the Clean Color Cooling Stick. This is literally just the milk cooling stick. Like, this is the same thing. It's got the caffeine in it and everything to wake up your eyes. So I was absolutely shocked to see some of the big brands are getting duped. Yet again, Dollar Tree is at it. Another dupe that I've really been liking from Dollar Tree is these Tree Hut Scrub dupes. These are a little small, but they're absolutely amazing, and texturally, they're so similar to Tree Hut, it's absolutely astounding. These are so good. I'm halfway through this one already, so I got myself a backup. This is the hyaluronic acid, sea salt, and cucumber one, the blue one, and then I've got the peach Bellini with hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and orange blossom, which both smell really good. So I got myself backups of the ones that I already have because they're actually just that good. And a lot of the other scrubs that I enjoy are a lot more spendy. So these are starting to look like really good options. I love the stretch and pull from this. And again, it's really similar to the Tree Hut, a really, really nice formula on these. The texture is just so good. This one is by the Spothecary brand, whereas this one is by Global Beauty Care, but they're in the same kind of packagings, both found at the Dollar Tree. I found this really cute silver tray. They have these really great display trays now. There's like silver ones and gold ones. The gold ones are like studded around the edges, and they have a couple different options, but this is so nice just for display, even just to use in videos, you guys. You might see this in the future, but for $1.25, this is really sturdy, and I love the offerings here lately. So good. They're calling this a charger plate, you know, to lay your phone in so it doesn't fall out or anything. But I would love to use this as a display tray. It's just really beautiful, and I think these would make nice centerpieces as well. I did finally find the other lip plumper shade from Ione's Beauty Fair. Now, all of my stores have already come and gone with their Beauty Fair products. However, I did go to a new store, and they had their Beauty Fair products up. This was still left, so I got to see what other color it was. It's kind of a pink tone, but it's in the bricky range. It's a little bit deeper, and I'm excited to try this one. I really, really love the other one. It's a true like bricky red with a really cool undertone. I love it so much. But this one is called Pink Sesame, and I'm super glad to finally get my hands on this one. I had kind of given up hope and forgotten about it, but I'm glad it came back around to me because I do really like the color on this. I did also find another shade in the LA Colors Too Cheeky Blush. These are like cream blushes or liquid blushes. I did get a corally tone, but now I did find this really dusty pink. I love these dusty ghostly pinks that have almost like a hint of white to them. I just feel like they give such a porcelain looking skin. I think it's so cute. So I did find this one, and I'm super excited to try it. This one is in the shade Allure. They did start bringing out the spring stuff, the Easter stuff, as well as the garden stuff. And I'm not sure exactly which set this is a part of, but you guys, these are the cutest, like, springtime plates. They have the florals on them, and I just think they're so precious. I only got 2 because there is only 2 of us in the house. But they're just so cute. I could not pass them up. Again, $1.25 for some of their homewares is just so good. They're just so cute, and they kind of look designer. Like, they're really pretty. And anywhere else, you'd be paying a lot more. And then in the garden section, I did find these massive citronella incense sticks for outside use only. Like, these are really, really massive, like 1.5 feet long, and they're really thick. But they smell really good, like pure citronella oil, which they say they do contain. And to try it out, why not? I mean, I love hanging in the garden, and I don't want to be eaten up by bugs, and they love hanging out back there. So to burn one of these while I'm out there, just to test it out, we're going to try it. And I wanted to grab these before they get snatched up. So yeah, for $1.25, I'm going to test these this year. And last but not least, I know you want to hear me talk about the Prolux makeups. Oh my God, I finally found them, but I have been warned. Now, there has been a little bit of hype around these makeup products due to safety reasons. Now, let me take a second to explain why. Let's talk about J&J for a minute. Back in the 70s, we had a thing happen where there was some undisclosed asbestos in a talc mine, okay? And this company continued to sell products that ended up hurting people, okay? So when we think about talc in products, it can be kind of a scary thing because of the lack of asbestos testing that can happen, as well as the lack of disclosure once that testing does happen, as asbestos and talc sometimes do form together. So when it comes to mining talc, you have to be careful, you have to be rigorous with your testing, you have to be super upfront. Now, not saying that companies aren't, but companies haven't been in the past. So there is a little bit of safety concern concerning talc products. And when it comes to asbestos and talc, that's kind of a thing in itself, but there's also the thoughts of the whole inhaling talc thing. So as far as that goes, that's a whole nother topic. So when it goes to irritant inhalants and things that can get in your lungs, personally for me, I have to be really careful. So I am going to say I'm probably going to pass, as many makeup products that even I use have talc in it, but they're not loose powders. They're pressed powders. So a little bit less chance to inhale the powder. Again, this is just a personal thought, theory, and opinion. But for me personally, I'm just going to stick with pressed talc products rather than loose. It may not be protecting me at all. It's just my personal choice. All I know is there are brands such as Natasha Denona, for instance. I mean, these are big brands that still use talc as the base in their products and formulations. So I'm not going to try to be too fearful of talc itself, but you just want to be aware of companies and sometimes they're not so lovely tactics to sell products. And while this brand is nowhere near as big as the J&J brand, I would assume, I just feel like I'm going to play this one safe. But they do have setting powders in multiple colors. Now, I did purchase some before I made this decision, but I'm just going to pop these in my Mercari store. I don't know that I can return them now since it's been about a month since I grabbed them, but somebody got a hold of me and I wanted to do a little bit of research before I went into these products. So for me, I'm going to say that the powders are a no, even though I'm sure they're nice. Everybody else is ranting and raving about them. But what I was originally most excited for anyways was the matte foundations. I did pick up 3 shades. I picked up the lightest 3 shades because I love experimenting with shades to see what works best. My skin changes so much throughout the year that these fair shades, I could use like 4 or 5 different shades throughout the year because of my skin tone and the way it changes. So I'm excited to try some of these. Now I have the shade Vanilla, I have the shade Porcelain, and I have the shade Linen. One goes a little bit cool tone, one goes a little bit yellow tone, one goes a super white porcelain fair. So definitely excited to try them. Here they are now that they are out of the packaging. The shades are marked in pink on the bottom. And before I swatch these, I do just want to say my face and hand swatches can be so different sometimes. Like the other day, I swatched a lipstick on the back of my hand thinking that would be like the shade. It would be on my lips. No. On my hand, it was pink. On my lips, it was like a beigey coral nude, like concealer lip. So I can't trust face and hand shade difference. Like I feel like there is a difference there. And I'm just going to be swatching these for the heck of it, kind of to show the blendability of them and also to test the formula for myself. Some people say that this has a smell. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, so let's test it out. Let's start with the lightest shade, Vanilla. We're just going to do one tiny little drop here. Got to pump the air out. Oh my gosh, I did like 2 drops, but that's okay. Let's just see how this goes. This is very, very light, like very, very light. So this is definitely going to be one of my wintry shades, but this is like really full coverage. That was only like 2 drops, and this is going to fill like my whole hand, and it's going to completely cover it. That is crazy. I'm wondering if it's going to cover my tattoo. Like, this is really wild. This stretch on this, like a little goes a long way. Wow. And it does eventually blend out. So if I wanted to wear that, I could. Like, there is a give as far as shades go. I've noticed that most people can get away with 1 to 3 shades above and below their own shade in any range. And just because everybody says it has a smell, oh, it's not bad. It just smells like powdery, like baby powder, like soft, sweet. Like, it's not bad. Some people say it has like a yucky makeup smell. I don't think so. I think that's really sweet. Well, to each their own. Let's try another shade. I'm going to try to do a little bit less of porcelain. Let's do 1 real drop this time, hopefully. I'm going to maybe pump this not as fast when the air comes out. Okay, now I can tell where it's at. Okay, that's all we need. 1 tiny drop. Like, seriously, I cannot believe how far this spreads. Okay, this has a little bit more of that yellow undertone. Like I thought this was going to give that warm tone. And then the other one feels a little bit more cool tone. But even still, like, it blends out, you know? It's just going to be one of those shades. I feel like it's okay. Even though I am more pinky toned, it blends right out. You can't even tell. Like, both of them, not bad. I mean, when you put them side by side, you can tell this is more white, this is more yellow, but it does blend into the tone of my skin just fine. I'm going to go a little bit further up the arm here. I'm kind of curious. Can I cover the tattoo? We're going to go in with the darker shade. This one is Linen, and this is that cool tone, a little bit deeper tone. I'm going to go right on the tattoo and see if we can cover it. Like, I'm really curious about this coverage. Oop, I just totally squirted it on the bottle itself. And I gave myself quite a bit here. Wasn't really my intention, but that's okay. Oh, you guys, this is like theater makeup. It completely covers a tattoo. That's insane. As you continue to blend it out, you can still see it a little bit under there. But as buildable as the coverage is, I could cover up my tattoo if I needed to. That's amazing. So any little imperfections on the skin, they're not going to show. Like, a tattoo's really dark and it really ghosted it out. But as far as the shade goes, I think Linen's my shade. It's definitely the closest to my skin. So far, just as a swatch alone, these are a 10 out of 10. I honestly can't wait to get these on my face. They smell really nice. And I love the formula. I can't believe these are only $1.25. Amazing. So if you're looking for a new foundation and you see them in your stores, definitely give them a try. If you've tried them already, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I personally really like the smell. If you've smelled it, what do you think? And have you tried the powders? I'd love to know. But that wraps up today's little Dollar Tree haul. I had so much fun swatching and sharing, and I hope you had fun as well. But that wraps it up for this one, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.